And now outside centre, number 13, Stedman Gans. Hello, welcome.
Hi. Thank you very much.
Lucky number 13 today.
Lucky number 13.
Right.
Not just today, always.
Oh, love that. I love that positivity. Is that also on the field?
100%.
So 13, we said it's not an unlucky number on you. This is 1 to 15, made just for you by BrightRock. We've teamed up with Vodacom Bulls to bring you all the details on what exactly rugby players do.
Yeah.
It's a very specific job in the field. So tell me what a 13 does.
Well, in our defense system, mostly 13s are the one that organizes the defense on the field because we have such an outside view of what's happening. We're normally the one talking the most on defense, on attack. My responsibility as a 13 is to create space for guys around me. We normally just next to the faster guys on the outside, got more physical guys on our inside. So we creating this link in the team where whenever there's space, we go to the space with faster guys. Where there's not space, we direct the stronger guys on our inside.
So explain that term, creating space. What would that look like watching? What would it look like when you create space? If you can break it down for us.
We've got a game plan, right? And guys have certain positions they need to be within that game plan. As a 13, I'm constantly just coaching those guys into those positions and then coaching the fly-off on which option to play. Because I've got such an outside view, I can normally see what's happening, make predictions based on that, and then I coach to my inside. That's how I'm
creating space. Okay, so it's not necessarily by taking the ball and dragging the defenders with you. That's one of the jobs.
That can be part of it, 100%.
Yeah. But from an attacking point, you're obviously trying to find those spaces.
Correct.
Yes. And do you like being a 13 and being almost, I guess, a general in your own way?
Yes.
Managing all of that?
I love it. I love the responsibility that comes with it. I love the fact that it's such a thinking position. So yeah, that's the things that I enjoy about it.
Okay, so those are your main jobs. So I guess who helps you do those jobs better on the field?
Well, you're 12.
Yeah.
You guys are in it together. He's got a large part of his responsibilities is also yours and the other way around. And then also information fed from the outside. I get a lot of information from the fullback, the wing, and sometimes we got a loose forward on my outside as well.
Because they can run too, hey?
100%, sometimes. So they feed information, I feed information.
So a lot of info coming in and out, filtering
always,
through that.
Always.
Do you, as a 13, is it like, are you like faster than a 12 but slower than a 14? Or what is it in terms of pace?
Not necessarily. In most cases, that is what it is, right? We've seen some bigger 13s that's not necessarily as fast, but they play a different role within the teams they play. But traditionally, and in most cases, 13s would be faster than a 12, yes.
But slower than a wing.
But slower than a wing, yeah.
And in terms of that inside centre, your partner in crime in certain aspects, can you shift between the two? Or is that the job's too different for you personally?
For me personally, I think I can shift between the two. I haven't played 12 for the club. I haven't started, but I think I can.
So the biggest difference between a 12 and a 13
is traditionally is physicality. That's what we've all been taught since we were like this, right?
The
12 is your bigger physical guy that runs the ball up. In your 13 is more evasive, more thinking, more creating space. I have to say that those roles, they differ sometimes.
And that's the modern game, hey?
Yeah. That's the modern game. That's just how the game's evolving.
And do you like it that it's evolving and it's almost hybrid players?
Yes, I love it.
Because I mean, you come from quite a different background as well with your sevens background.
Exactly.
How does that help?
It helps with evasion skills, helps with contact skills, helps with thinking rugby. Like you said, now the game's evolving to where players needs to be hybrid players. You're not just position specific anymore.
Okay, so creating space is something you do and you're obviously filtering through the right information. Day-to-day life at home, family, friends, wife. Do you help them create those safe spaces as well? Is that in your nature?
I would say that's more in my wife's nature. Creating those safe space for me and for her friends, for our family. If I had to draw a link between creating space between on the field and what I do off the field, I would say is creating space for everything I want to fit into my life.
Okay.
So I'm studying, I'm working, I'm running a business, and then I'm also playing. Creating spaces for all of that. Oh, and then I'm also married. Yeah.
Hello.
So creating
space. Need some space too.
Yes. That would probably be the way I then create space in my personal life.
So how do you do it?
A lot of planning.
What time do you get up? Like
a lot of
5:30. Every day?
Yeah.
And then what time's bedtime?
Bedtime's normally around 10:30. But then I fall asleep around 11.
5 hours of sleep. Almost 6 hours. Yes, is it Robert said, man?
That's tough.
Yeah, it's fine. We do it. Fine. We love it.
Yes.
Creating space on the field and off it, right? You've played sevens and now you're in this 15 system for a while now. What are some of your, I guess, heroes out there in terms of either a 13 or just in general rugby people who managed to create that space and that balance?
Heroes of mine would be South Africa. I learned a lot from them when I was at the sevens. Then it would be guys like Coach Neil Powell, also at the sevens. He was my coach there. He has a very good balance between his personal life and the type of man he wants to be and the type of coach he wants to be. I think he's got that sorted out and I look up to that. So yeah, I think those would be guys that I really looked up to.
That's nice.
Creating good space.
Creating good space. Well, I want to hear about the on-field space now a bit more. So I've got Coach Andre here, your SNC coach. Tell me about the 13 position and the gym.
Repeatability is very important, especially when they sprint. He needs to, speed-wise, be the same as a wing, going back and forth on kick chases, and obviously helping to hit the outside gap and put the wing away to score.
Physically, what are we looking at? I mean, we know there are some, as you mentioned, very big 13s out there, but what makes him, I guess, good in this position physically?
He reads the game very well and he's very physical. He's strong and he's fast and he's got very good feet.
So what are we working on in the gym?
Like I said, his agility. And he needs strong legs and explosiveness because the ability to run at full speed and change direction, it's not easy to do, and he can do that very well.
What did his sevens background bring to the fold?
I think vision, steady.
Yeah, I think so as well. Yeah.
And fitness.
So explain, break that down for us. Vision means reading the game.
Reading the game, understanding what defenders wants to do and how you can manipulate them. And when you look at their bodies on the field.
Not really dead bodies.
No, their bodies, not dead bodies.
We're dead bodies. I'm running through them.
And defensively, because it's probably the most difficult position in the back line defensively to make decisions. Because you've got to look on the inside and on the outside. And that's where he's really good, to understand the game and know where he has to be and make sure that he makes the right reads.
In terms of that, peripheral vision, is that a thing when it comes to a 13 specifically?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
And how do we train that?
We've got Coach Kennedy that helps us with a lot of gym stuff, but a lot of it is just seeing pictures constantly in training because you don't have a lot of time to think about these stuff on the field, so you just kind of have to see some picture and then draw some
whatever you need to do. So what makes him a good 13?
He's a hybrid player.
Okay. So 13 is one of the hardest positions on the field?
I think so,
on the back row?
Yeah, because you've got to be fast and strong and you've got to make decisions very quickly.
Any advice to centres coming through, I guess not deciding, but in terms of picking between centres and wings, let's say?
I think there is a difference that you always got to work on speed. Speed is the number one thing that you have to. If you're slow in your outside centre, you're not going to make it. So speed is very important in his position.
One thing you take out of this, speed, right? Coach, bye, donkey.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, now we are playing the bounce. 3 super random questions I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
What's your favorite day of the week?
Saturday, game day.
Why did I know you were going to say that?
Oh, did you?
It seems like a nice day.
It is a nice day.
Seems like a nice day. Do you ever come up with attacking plays and do you give them like special names, like the boomerang or like flipslag?
No, I don't do that.
Oh, come on.
No, sorry. I wish I did. I might start now. But yes, they do ask for our input in plays, especially from scrums.
Okay, so what would you call a play? What's bubbling there at the surface?
Bouncy.
Bouncy.
13 inside.
And what would the play look like?
It would be 10, skip to 13,
Okay.
13, bouncy, and then play on the inside.
Hey, you heard it here first. The Bulls' next play. And then what is the best decision you've ever made?
Best decision I've ever made to marry Lene.
There we go. On that note, you're outside centre, the number 13. Stedman, dankie.
Baie dankie.
Dankie vir jou.